Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Market conditions remaining bullish in a bull market. Currently, we are seeing some resistance areas at this range, this 457 range on S&P 500. We're going to want to keep a close eye on that this week. We're seeing momentum slide a little bit, but breadth starting to move a little bit higher. That's kind of what we want to continue to see. We're at an area where we definitely need to have some type of consolidation or counter trend to be able to set up a little bit firmer base for us to go higher or retrace just a little bit more from these levels. We'll see if we get any type of continuation today. We're seeing momentum again start to pull back a little bit. You can see that move here. We haven't quite reached that upper extreme yet. We're also seeing breadth really get strong and continue the overall upside. It is also approaching that overbought range. And then also sentiment is getting to that upper range as well. So watching for some retracement here. Sentiment's showing us that same thing. We're also seeing buy-sell ratio had a little bit of a tick up yesterday or 2 days ago, and then just another small move back down again. So still have a bit of range right here, and not seeing any additional move to that upside as of these last couple of rallies. So this could be our upper range on this current trend, and we'll want to start to see if we start to tick back this direction and get a little bit of a counter trend here on S&P 500. Let's take a quick look at S&P 500 and the markets as a whole, still continuing all the overall short-term trends and uptrend signals. S&P 500 chart pattern, again, that resistance location, it's had long enough now of a little pause here, this sideways counter trend move to be able to pull that trend back out of extreme and back into this bullish buy zone. And really looks like it wants to hold some of these ranges. This first range around where it's at now, this 452 range, and really the next range would be around that 446 range. And then if we continue even more of a retracement, the 439 range, having some kind of a counter trend or a pullback, creating some support for more upside from here. We could certainly get a little blast higher out of a tight consolidation counter trend. All of these scenarios are happening. That's part of the reason why the market is not doing anything, because nobody's wanting to commit to the upside and nobody's wanting to sell after this big run up. So getting just some tight consolidation at these levels. Good opportunity to be building out watch lists and looking for stocks that you want to consider. If we look at sectors, currently we are seeing sectors looking really good still. We had that consumer goods sector that had moved down for a day or two, and also now looking back to that uptrend, that short-term uptrend. Energy, which was having a little bit of a bounce right here, still really tight inside of this range right here. You can see just a tug of war happening here on energy, and we'll see what direction that one ultimately ends up fighting through and heading to the upside or to the downside. The overall sectors, if we looked at some of the commodities that we've been focused on here, gold primarily, continuing this overall uptrend on this 1 year time frame. It's approaching that 191. A little bit of a pause here. We are up in this upper extreme range. So a day or two or three of pause or counter trend or consolidation right here. More than likely, we'll give it a base, a retracement for that shot up to that 190. Gold is really bullish on a real long-term chart pattern as well. Looks like it really could have some continuation going higher. And we've talked in the past few updates about how to access some of those gold stocks and be able to consider those into your portfolio. If we also look at oil, oil is going to have a real similar chart pattern to that other energy stock that we just looked at, that other energy ETF. The energy ETF was more based on the stock. This is their energy stocks. This is actually based on crude oil itself. So we've got, if we go into a 6-month time frame, this was a pretty big down day right here that we saw yesterday. So we retested this 382 level. And so we're still in this overall uptrend facing this direction, swing low, swing high, current trend, counter trending into this buy zone box. This support zone 618 has been holding up nicely, but you can see the amount of consolidation happening right here. We'll see if this big bar down creates some momentum strong enough to be able to break through that 618 area. Keep an eye on this. This is USO. If we look at a few of the muscle stocks today and see what's working inside of that group, let's come back to this perspective here. VRT, IT stock, it's been holding that upper momentum range for this entire rally, essentially, other than a little bit of a move back here. Overall, looks like it wants to continue higher, but we are getting, with the market, getting some consolidation happening right here on that stock. NGO, which is a nice looking pattern on the 1 year time frame, this is a really good looking chart pattern. It's had a big, huge run up. It's holding support now for a really long time right here at this level, and is now starting to move back this way. Of the charts today, this is the most compelling, and we'll see if it continues to move. If oil finds support and continues to move higher, this stock may also really participate and have it's really set up this long base potentially for a big breakout. Watch on NGL, and then a couple others here. Let's look through GSHD, finance insurance stock. Again, holding that momentum zone, tight back in this bullish profile here. Just some consolidation. That's what we're seeing, across the board on a lot of stocks right here, is just this consolidation as the markets are really extended right here. AROC, oil and energy. Again, the price of oil, it's still elevated, even though it's come back, and some of these stocks are still profitable at these levels. So we're continuing to see some of the oil trends continuing to that overall upside. That'll do it for today's update. If you don't have full access to the software, you can sign up with the link below, and we look forward to having you. Have a fantastic day today.